G'day, my name's Darryl Webb. Today we're going to have a look at the Cyansky H5 hunting flashlight. It's a multicoloured hunting flashlight, so it has inbuilt filters, red, green and just plain white. Anyway, we'll look at its specifications, we'll look at its build quality, and we'll do some beam shots looking out to some good distances with the different filters activated as well as the white light, so you can get a good idea what this guy's all about. Anyway, on that note, let's get into the review. Okay, so when you get the light, it comes in this nice little box. It's got some of its details and whatnot on there, some of its features, and a picture of the light showing that there's filters. Now mind you, it's all packaged roughly because I have been using it. Hasn't been showboating or anything like that, it's actually being used. So in there there's a warranty card, there's a little user manual, which actually is reasonably well written and actually has some good information in there to the light. Does help out. There is a USB-C lead for charging the battery. There is a lanyard, a spare tail switch, and I believe there's an O-ring in there as well. There is also this little holster. It's there, it's included. It's quite stiff. Its size makes it seem a bit gimmicky, but I haven't used it, but I imagine it actually, the way it all sort of feels is in its strength, and it probably is actually functional, hopefully. Let's try and get the light out. I can't get it. Oh. Alright, let's get that out of its little box. Okay, so looking over the actual light, it has a orange peel reflector and it has a nice little filter system in there, and that's what makes this one quite impressive. There's a green filter, a clear filter and a red filter. Just over its build quality, it's got a nice thick bevel on there. It's not sharp, it's not going to cut things up. It's good heat sinking on there, a good amount of it. It's quite a dense light, it's not light by any means. Tail switch and a side button. There is also that rotary dial, and inside it you do need to take the cap off to charge it. There is a 5000 milliamp hour 21700 Cyansky branded. I'm not sure who makes it, but that's a good size, and it also has on there USB-C input, and when you plug it in to power, it actually has a little light inside there at the top, so it's red when it's charging, I believe green when it's fully charged. All the threads, I've got to say, they're not they're cut very well smooth. They don't feel lubricated, or maybe a tiny bit there, but they're very smooth. They're square cut threads. The quality and everything of that seems quite well. There's just some little flat marks in there. The body is a true 1 inch, so if you use these mounted on a firearm, most of your proper true 1 inch light type, 1 inch ring to Picatinny style will actually fit on there, and they fit properly. It's a good feature. It is also firearms rated in the build quality. So anyway, all we'll do is now we'll just have a quick look at I believe on the back of the box there, we'll just talk about just some of its actual performance, because on there, so I'll put this a screenshot of this up, but so it has turbo, high, medium, low and strobe. So with the white light on turbo, it's 1300 lumens, high is 450 lumens, medium 200 lumens, low 20 lumens. Now that pretty much is the same light running always, just you can cover it with a filter. So the run times won't be any different, but the distances will be for different lights. Okay, so just with we'll go by the turbo. So run time is 3 hours. It backs down a tiny bit after about 10 minutes, and then it's probably thermal regulated or on turbo, and it has a distance of 600 meters and 90,000 candela. Now when you put the red filter in, you're down to 100 lumens and you're getting 180 meters with 8,100 candela. With the green filter, you're at 300 lumens, 313 meters of difference at 24,492 candela. It has 2 meter impact resistance. It's waterproof, IPX8, so it's 2 meter submersible. Temperature range -30 to +50. size isn't that important. The weight is 229 grams without the battery. As I said, the run times there, you can get up to, like on your low, on the white light, it gives you 20 lumens and it runs for 60 hours, so there is some big run times there if you need it on lower settings. Let's have a look at the actual filter system so I can show you that in a bit more closer detail. So coming into this, I'm trying to get so there's no light reflecting on it, but you can see the colour. You can see the filter there, you got the little dial on the back and it rotates through. Now you can see it's clear, and we'll rotate that through again, and green. It's nice, and there's an audible click as well, as you can actually feel it. It locks in the spot, so once it's in, it's sort of, you know, vibration, it's not going to make it move and be half a line between the two. You can feel them quite clearly, and there's an audible click. The chip it uses is a Cree H5 HI LED. It works quite good. It gives a nice colour white. It's not too harsh on the eyes, and the beam pattern is a very pronounced hotspot with a lot of spread, a lot of spill up close. So you can actually use it as a general purpose light, but you can also flash it up and see a long way. Now, operation of the light is actually pretty simple. So it's got it on white light at the moment. It's a tail cap switch, and you just press that and it goes through the settings. So there's low, medium, high, turbo, back to low. So just round robs, low, medium, high, turbo, back to low. And obviously I'll just show you what it looks like when you change the colour. So that's red. The colour of the red is really good. I think it's quite a high-end red filter. A lot of the filters I've seen on cheaper models, they quite often got like a real orange. This is a true red. Unfortunately, it does cut the light down to only 100 lumens, but I believe that's just part of having a good true red light. The green's quite usable, and if you're into hunting, I know green's normally aimed at pigs. If you're into that, that would be very handy as well. But it's good to have some colour options there. So once again, with it being able to see it, it's low, medium, high, turbo, and back to low. That's all just done for that side switch. It's very tactile. You find it easy in the dark. It's got a very narrow neck up there. When you put your hands around it, it sort of stands out really well. You can find that quite easy. Pros and cons. We'll start off with some cons. There really is only one. When you have the red filter on, you only get 100 lumens, which is a bit of a shame that you're sort of running 1300 lumens into it and you're only getting 100 lumens out. I've been led to believe that that has a lot to do with the quality of the filter, and a good quality red filter that makes a very, proper red light, not, just orangey type glow. They do cut out a lot of the light. So I'm guessing that's because they've used a high-end red filter element, and it's just something to do with light, and you can't do much about that. But on that's realistically the only sort of con I've sort of been able to find. So we'll move on to pros. Pros, pretty straight up, having the filters in there is just a great idea. You don't lose them, like I often lose other filters. You don't forget them at home, like I've done before in the past as well. So they're just there. If you've got the torch, you've got the filters. So that's definitely a pro for the light. The way that they index through and everything is very nice, and just the build quality of the whole unit seems to be good. I liked it with this light. They've done it with a 21700. The 21700 compared to the 18650 is definitely a big jump up in run times across all of your lights. So in this form factor with a reasonably big head, it makes sense to have the 21700 and they've done that. Conclusion. Would I buy this? Yeah, definitely I would. If you're after a straight out red light and that's all you want to use, maybe there's better options. But if you use multiple colours and you don't want to carry too much around, or you're trying to backpack in and you want the versatility of having red and green, this is a really good option. I can already see that I will use this definitely. I think this one will probably live in my hunting bag, but I could also just see it being used for general walking around hunting, where it should be quite handy for that. So yeah, I like it. The quality and everything matches the price. these aren't what I'd call super cheap. They aren't super expensive either. Quick look online, I found this for $99 US from the Cyansky store. I'll put links to that in the description. But yeah, I feel like you're getting a fair bit of torch for your money. You don't feel like it's too expensive. There's not a lot of hunting tax on this one. And as I spoke about before, previously, hunting tax sometimes makes things very, very expensive as soon as you make them camo or anything aimed at the hunting market. I don't feel I'm getting hunting taxed on this one. Anyway, on that note, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like more reviews and maybe some hunting videos soon, then hit the subscribe button. Anyway, bye for now. Okay, so we're out there. As always, we're looking down the end of the street. There is some signs with reflectors there. I'll put that sort of center screen, and that reflector is at 100 meters. So now we'll start off with the red LED, and I'm going to shine it around, and this is on low. So I'm sort of moving it up and down there so you can sort of see a bit of reflection coming back. Alright, let's go medium. Gives a pretty good indication of how it looks. Let's go high, and let's go turbo. Alright, so that gives you a good idea of the red one, and as I said, that reflecting sign there is at 100 meters, and it's about 130 meters to the houses and the fences in the background behind that sign. Alright, so while that's on there, let's go back to low, and we'll change it over to the green one. Okay, so here's the green filter. So this is low, again the sign at 100 meters. Let's go medium. Let's go high. Now let's go turbo. As you can see there, those fences and that at 130 meters are really lighting up well. Okay, now we'll go to low and we'll change it to the white. So the clear filter. So here we go on low, medium. Let's go high. As you can see, it's lighting up the tree line and everything back there really easy, and turbo. And it's a bit of a misty night, so it actually lets you see the beam. It's not too bad. Now there you go, and that is the shots for the H5.